All right. Assalamualaikum, Kak Fariddah. We are very pleased to invite you to MICF Conference, which is now held in Shah Alam Convention Centre, Malaysia. It is a pleasure to have you here on board because at the moment now Malaysia is facing a lot of changes in terms of special educational needs and provision. So before we go on to the serious question, maybe you want to tell us a bit about yourself and what you have been doing so far.
Okay. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Fariddah Cook. I've been here for about now 25 years. At the moment, I'm actively involved in the administration of the whole SEN process in the district, in my district, that is the district of Hounslow.
Okay.
My position is that of a principal case officer. So I administer and manage the statementing process, or what we call it as the special educational needs process of children in my borough attending schools, whereby we work obviously in partnership with the schools, and when the schools identify children with SEN needs, that's where I come into the picture.
Okay.
So I do obviously support schools in terms of providing the program or that support for children who have got special educational needs.
Okay, so maybe just a bit about giving us the idea of how many if it's in one district, how many people can you have, how many children can you have that has special educational needs?
Well, currently the caseload that we have within my team, we have about 1,800 to 2,000 children.
Wow.
But these are children who have been issued with what we call it statements.
Right.
So statements are basically legal documents that we issue to children who have been identified with SEN needs, who then have been assessed by professionals, which will then lead to the needs and the educational provision that we have to have in place by law in a document called a statement. So this document will therefore be in place from the time we issue it. So it could be for a child with the autistic spectrum, on the autistic spectrum syndrome, a child with ASD needs. So may have got this statement from the age of 5, and this child will have this legal document right until the child completes his education. So it could be until 19.
Okay.
So that document will actually spell out what his needs are, what the educational provision, and whereby we as the local authority, or we in our district, we have to make sure that this child will have that educational provision right through his school years. So if the child needs speech and language therapy input, if the child needs occupational therapy input or physio because of his ASD needs, we have to ensure that this child will get all these therapeutic interventions until he completes his education. But the statement obviously will always be reviewed and monitored on an annual basis.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that every year there will be an assessment, yeah? So the first point of assessment will come from the school, yeah?
Yes.
It will be the teachers, yeah?
With regards to the statementing process in the UK, the basis or the model of SEN is that of inclusion. So there is the presumption under the law that all children with special educational needs should be educated within a mainstream setting.
Right.
Unless the parents feel that their child's needs can best be met in a special school.
Right.
Because of the ethos of inclusion, in this country, what we do, we ensure that all schools have got an SEN allowance.
Yep.
So that means the government has got this political will and that commitment to ensure that schools have got the SEN resources to identify children who, because of whatever special needs, would therefore need the extra support to assess the curriculum.
Right, okay.
So, for example, in a school where, say, Ali,